This is Ben with Android Community, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S3. The new flagship handset from Samsung features some impressive specs, such as a quad-core Exynos processor clocked at 1.4 GHz, 1GB of RAM, an 8MP camera with 1080p video recording, and a 4.8-inch Super AMOLED 720p display. But the design of the handset has been met with a mixed reaction. Samsung has opted to use a polycarbonate casing for the phone, similar to HTC and Nokia, but unlike the HTC One X and Lumia 900 which feature a matte finish, the Galaxy S3 is slathered in a hyperglaze coating, leaving a shiny, unattractive and cheap looking device. The white version of the phone that we received for review doesn't look too bad, but the pebble blue model shown off at Samsung's event in May does look quite ugly. It tries to trick users with a faux brushed metal look, and it amasses fingerprints and smudges very quickly. The white version isn't completely immune from this, but it does generally fare better. On the top of the device you'll find the 3.5mm headphone jack and a microphone, with the power button sitting on the left and the volume rocker sitting on the right. Another microphone and the micro USB port sit at the bottom of the phone. Samsung has rejigged TouchWiz, saying that its custom interface is now inspired by nature, but what little influences there are come across as silly in my opinion. Touching the lock screen will cause ripples across the screen, while swiping will unlock the phone. There are also 4 icons at the bottom of the lock screen that will allow you to jump into the assigned app with a quick swipe. TouchWiz has been pared back though, with simpler icons and a cleaner user interface compared to TouchWiz on the Galaxy S2 and the Galaxy Note. The Galaxy S3 does bring some new features to the table, one of which is pop-up play. That lets you take a video and pop it out into a separate window that you can freely move around the phone's UI, so you could watch something while web browsing or perhaps while reading some tweets. The drawbacks are that it only works with locally stored content, so you can't use it in conjunction with YouTube, and you also can't change the size of the video window once it starts playing. Another new feature is Smart Stay, which tracks your eyes via the front-facing camera to keep the screen alive. It does seem to work as advertised as long as you're facing the screen head-on. If you're in a dimly lit environment or the phone is off to an angle, then you won't have much luck. The most talked about feature seems to be S-Voice, which frankly isn't worth the time. It often misinterprets what you're trying to say, and when it does successfully hear a request, receiving results seems very slow even over a fast Wi-Fi connection. The camera app has also been tweaked slightly with some new features including an HDR mode, along with a burst shot feature which allows you to select the best photo from the barrage that are taken. Photos generally look very good, with balanced colours and strong detail, with only some minor sharpening and influx of noise occasionally creeping into images. 1080p video recording also looks great. The quad-core processor means everything on the handset is blazingly fast, with quick transitions between home screens, fluid web browsing with smooth pinch to zoom and scrolling, and excellent map tracking. Battery life hasn't been adversely affected either, with Samsung seemingly employing some aggressive power scaling to get the most out of the removable 2100 mAh battery. Our usage is admittedly light, but we had no trouble getting through a full day's usage using occasional web browsing, Twitter updates, and 2 push email accounts working in the background. Overall, the Galaxy S3 is an excellent Android smartphone and arguably the best money can buy at this point in time. The HTC One X has a much better industrial design and a superior screen, but the S3 does offer the better overall experience.